we're going to solve and graph these inequalities. So the goal for today is to solve and graph the inequality. Okay. So a lot of it's going to be very similar to what we did when we had equations, especially one-step equations. So say I have number 1. All right, some number minus 10 reduced by 10 is less than negative 2. And we want all the numbers that fit this criteria. So in short, we'll just say n minus 10 is less than negative 2. Okay, and the thing to remember here, when we get an answer, it's not just one number as an answer. It's an infinite number of solutions. That's why a better way to visualize the answers is on a number line. So after we find the solution, we'll graph the solution, okay? So if this was an equation, n minus 10 equals negative 2, and we want to solve the equation, what would I do mathematically on both sides to solve this equation? If I want to get n by itself, yeah, we want to get rid of the 2. It's minus 2 right now, so what would I do to get rid of it? You do that here as well. So that part is just like when we were solved equations. Do inverse operations. That stays the same because what's going to happen is something cancels out. Bring down n, bring down your inequality symbol, and negative 2 and 10 makes 8. So we get a solution, an answer. N is less than 8. The numbers we want are less than 8. But how many numbers are we talking about? An infinite number. So the better way to write this is on a number line. Okay. Cassie, close the Chromebook right now. Huh? All right. So we'll go ahead and make our number line. And just like we did yesterday, we're going to make a graph. So remember what this means. Do we want numbers to the left of 8 or to the right of 8? To the left. All the numbers that are less than 8 are on this side. How about 8 itself? Is 8 going to be part of our answer? So we would put, remember we call that an open point? So we'll make an open point. Whenever we don't have that little bar underneath, it's an open circle, an open point. That tells us that's not part of the answer. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and try another one. The only thing that will get a little tricky is what's going to happen on this one. So let's write this inequality. 3 is less than or equal to x plus 8. Okay? And we want to solve this. And it's x plus 8. So we'll do the opposite of that. Let's take away 8. And that's not the tricky part. Because we've done that before. Okay? We have to figure out what 3 and negative 8 make. Negative 5. We'll bring down the inequality symbol, less than or equal to x. So we get an answer. Negative 5 is less than or equal to x. But remember, we want to also graph this. And in order to graph it, I'd rather not have the variable on the right side. How can we fix that? Flip it. Let's flip this inequality. So -5 is less than or equal to x is the same as, after I flip it, what would it be? X is greater than or equal to -5. Okay. So this is our answer. And this is easier to graph, at least for me, because like I said, I'm a visual person, and I learn by seeing things. Let me make sure I make the graph correctly. I sometimes get thrown off on the negative side. Okay. So looking at this one, I see that I want all the numbers greater than -5. Now, is -5 going to be part of the solution? So this is going to be a close point. So when you have the equal to part, you want a close point. Okay. But here's the important takeaway here. If I'm going to be solving these inequalities and I end up with a variable on the right side of the inequality, especially if I have to graph it, what should I do? If I end up with something like -5 is less than or equal to x, where flip it. So I'm going to just write that down. If the variable is on the right, flip the inequality. Okay. Easy peasy. If the variable is on the right, flip the inequality. That'll happen a few times as we're solving today. You guys ready for the next one? So we did a subtraction inequality, addition. Let's try some that involve multiplication. Number 3. Let's do 6 times k is less than or equal to -36. Write that down. 6k less than or equal to -36. Okay, let's solve it. It's 6 times k. How do I undo that? Yeah, if it's multiplying, we want to divide it. And we'll divide by 6. That will make a 1, the ones which makes it cancel, and we got a k by itself. Is less than or equal to -36 divided by -36 divided by 6, so that's going to be -6. So this is our answer. Do we have to flip this one? No, variables on the left, that's exactly how we want this. We're good with that. So this is our answer. Let's just make a number line graph. Here's -6, -5, -4, -3, -7, -8, -9. Okay. And we want k is less than negative 6. So less than negative 6 is on the left. Now, is this open or closed, the point? Closed. It's got the equal to part. Close it up. All right. Number 4. Let's do 12 greater than 4 times m. 12 greater than 4m. Let's solve this one. Again, it's multiplication involved, so we'll divide. Divide by 4. Cancel this 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. Is greater than, the 4's cancel, just m. Do I have to flip this one? Variables on the right side. So rather than have 3 greater than m, I'm going to write m is less than 3. Just flip the whole thing around. So this is the one I'm going to use to graph. Both answers are correct, but this one's visually easier to understand for my graph. Okay, so put 3 there, 4, 5, and 6, 2, 1, and 0. And we want all numbers less than 3. So we're going to go this way. And our point should be open or closed. Open. Yeah, there's no equal to part there, so it stays open. All right. We'll do a couple more. So we did a couple of multiplications. We'll do a couple of division inequalities. Okay. You ready? Number 5. All right, here we go. X sevenths greater than or equal to negative 2. So x divided by 7 is greater than or equal to negative 2. Okay. This time it's division. Its opposite or inverse is multiplying. So I'm going to multiply by what? 7. I want to multiply by 7 here and here, just like we did with the equations. And let's see, that's going to give me x by itself greater than or equal to negative 14. And that's going to be the answer. I like that answer because the variable is already on the left. Don't have to flip anything around. Let's just graph it. So we'll put a negative 14 here. There's some numbers that are bigger. There's some numbers that are smaller. Okay. And we want all the numbers. X is greater than or equal to negative 14. So greater than would be on this side, on the number line. Those are all numbers bigger. And then negative 14, it's equal to, so that's a closed point. Number 6. Okay, let's do this. 8 is greater than j divided by 4. Okay, let's try this. So what are we going to do to solve this one? multiply. It's division, we should multiply. By what now? Yep, that would cancel here. That means we have to multiply by 4 here. And 4 times 8 is 32, is greater than j. Well, I have to flip this. Yeah, the variable's on the right. Let's flip. Let's see, we flipped here. And we'll flip here. And so I'm going to write this as 32 greater than j is the same as j. What would I write here? Less than 32. So that's our answer. Well, they're both answers, but the answer that helps us graph is this one. Let's see. Oops. I finally did it. You see what I did? I got stuck on the negative numbers. And I did this in the wrong order. These are bigger, 33, 34, 35, 31, 30, 29. There we go. Fortunately for you on Delta Math, they already have the number line for you. All you have to do is make the correct graph, which in this case is what kind of point? Open or closed? Open. Yeah, there's no equal to part, and you want everything less than. So everything this way. So today the assignment is on Delta Math, and you're going to have to solve the equation, come up with a solution like this, and then from that solution you're going to make a number line graph showing all the solutions. Okay? So that is the assignment. Go ahead and open up your Chromebooks. And we will begin. Now, if you didn't finish the assignment on IXL from yesterday, work on that because it's due by today.